I feel it's appropriate that we share it because a lot of things in history over time get sanitized. And you only hear about certain parts of certain things. Like, I'll give you an example, the Bataan Death March. That was the largest amount of prisoners of war taken in any conflict ever. And they were treated like garbage by the captors, the Japanese, and they were marched barefoot and stuff like this, and if you get to see the editorials on TV, stuff like this, they'll give you a good description of it. And I've driven, I didn't walk it, I've driven the route that they took, and it's long, and it's tedious, and it's hot, and it's humid, and there is a huge cross at the end on the mountain, and every year they have a ceremony over there. It's a 400-foot cross, and underneath it is a museum. The museum is a museum that would never be allowed over here in this country because it shows you the true, hard facts about what happened. So in other words, history needs to be brought forward, not sanitized, not made into one little paragraph. It needs to be brought forward, and it needs not to be sanitized, it needs to be brought out, and the facts need to be brought out to everybody. And unfortunately, I know in the school system, by the time you get into what we consider our history, which is modern history, by the time you get into it, you're either a junior or a senior ready to head out the door. Whereas even in the elementary school, stuff like this, if we go talk to the kids, they have no idea what we're talking about. And that's a shame. People need to talk. You need to talk to your relatives. I talked to my father. I talked to my uncles who served. My uncle, one uncle was with a tank unit over in Italy. And I learned about him going through Enzio and stuff like this. Great, beautiful. Another uncle was in China, Burma. And he was going with the elephants over the mountains to go on the back way in to free the people over there. My father was in Africa with fighting against Rommel. When he left out of there, with the 2nd Amphibious, he went over to England, and then from there, they went to Normandy Beach. He landed at Normandy, and they brought the troops forward and stuff like this. My father got a Silver Star at Normandy Beach. I'm very honored by that. He got no Purple Heart. And that's an interesting thing because that was a lot of work to get done for that Silver Star and not get a Purple Heart.